Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going super themey. I have these two photos from Toy Story Midway Mania in Disneyland, and I'm using some toy box papers from Cartabella, and this just screams Andy's room to me. So I am going to embrace this and bring in a 6x12 companion page. So let's see what I can do. Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes these full 12 by 12 Scenic printed papers are a little intimidating. You just don't know what to do with them. And I will admit, most of the time, I flip them over to the B side and use the pattern on the back of it. Now, this one I flipped over, and it is a blue and black plaid. Not my favorite plaid pattern, even though I am a lover of the plaid. Just not one that was screaming, you have to use me. So I went ahead and cut my second sheet down to two 6x12 strips, and that is because I'm adding a 6x12 page to this side of the page in the scrapbook album. So that means I'm going to have to plan out, because I will need another layout that has a 6x12 addition to it. But we're not going to worry about that right now, because I still have a ton of Disney pictures to scrapbook. So I decided to trim my photos down to 4 by 5.5 inches. That way I could use that other side of the yellow paper as photo mats to the busy paper. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring that 6x12 color and pattern and texture and all that good stuff over to the very busy 12 by 12 layout. Now, because this is a very busy layout, I'm not going to add a whole heck of a lot of embellishment to this side of the page. There's already a ton to look at, and I don't want you to have like a conniption trying to figure out what in the world you're supposed to be looking at. So we're not even going to worry about that. Now, I do give up on my ATG trying to get the adhesive to go down on this fun foam. I go ahead and grab my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive, which is the best liquid adhesive in the whole wide world. I even converted my sister-in-law. She sent me a message today that she got herself some, so that was exciting. Now I am going to just pop one of the photos up on foam. Like I said, this layout on this side of the page, a lot of stuff going on. Whole lot of stuff. So I don't want to put on too much. I am going to cover up the little awkward bits of the dinosaur that's kind of peeking out from underneath of the photo mat. I'm going to do that with a tag, and of course we cannot have any naked tag holes. So I am going to tie a little bit of white embroidery thread into a bow. I'm going to glue that bad boy down right into the tag hole, and then ultimately I'm going to add a little chipboard embellishment as well from the same collection. I'm totally embracing the theme here. I'm totally embracing using the collection. I do bring in a little bit of other things, not a lot, but a little bit. I'm not exactly sure where this tag came from. I don't know if it even matches this, like it was part of this toy box collection or not, but it feels like it could be, so we're going to add that on there. And then I'm going to add a little bit of embellishment over here above the photo mat. You do have that little poster of the space robot guy, but I'm actually going to cover him up. So I bring in this top of the airplane tag. I've used the bottom on some other project and did not get rid of it. And then I have this kind of color wheel type thing, and this is from Jilly Bean Soup, I want to say. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put that. And now I've got like this awkward little gap over the window, so I figure I need to bring something else in. I'm thinking about this toy list die cut, but ultimately it doesn't make it. The colors are a perfect match. I even toyed with the idea of bringing it over here on the left-hand side of the page, but it just didn't go. Now, one thing I was going to add to this layout that I ultimately decided not to was tulle. If you guys have seen any of my recent videos, you know that I'm kind of into the tulle right now. I love it's light, it's inexpensive, it doesn't add a whole lot of weight to your page, and it gives you some awesome texture, dimension, all those fun things. So I decide to do the Viewmaster, cut that bad boy in half, and tuck it up there. So you do see kind of the little space robot head on the poster in the backgrounds, but I'm not really worried about that. You can tell that there's another poster with the dinosaur up here on the left, so just that being in the background is not stressing me out. If it is stressing you out to have weird little hunks of your decorative page like this sticking out, then by all means figure out some way to cover them up. You could just put another tag right there, a little strip of paper, whatever you want it to do. So now we're going to move over to the left hand side, and this is that 6x12 layout. Now I do know that I want to add a little bit of dimension on this side because I do have it on the right side, so I don't want this to be completely flat. I'm going to pop up this Game On die cut with a little bit of fun foam, and I'm going to use this quote and also this label. Now the label has an astronaut on it, and I'm going to flip the label upside down and use it that way. I'm not using the astronaut. That came in, it wasn't in the Toy Box die cuts, it was in another Space Cadet collection. I don't remember exactly what it is titled, but they were both designed by Stephen Duncan, who I believe used to design for October Afternoon. So it's got that vintagey type flair to it. I am going to bring over the Viewmaster on this side as well, just to have that continuity going across both of the pages. And then I'm going to add a little chipboard decoration over here, and it is of Jack's. So here I have the 2 pages. I'm thinking I need to put down my title, and then I need to journal a little bit over here. Now, this is where I was thinking about adding in that toy list, and I thought I could build something up here in the upper left-hand corner, but when I look at it as a full 12 by 18 layout right here, it feels funky. If it was just a 6 by 12 layout and I wasn't concerned with what this side looked like, then I probably would have built something in that upper left-hand corner, but when I look at this as an entire canvas, it looks funky. So I dig into my stash and I find these green thickers. Now these are older thickers. I couldn't tell you where they came from or if they were just back in the day when thickers were just thickers. Not exactly sure. But don't worry, your pretty little heads, I am going to glue them down because they don't really stick. I'm actually gluing them down right now as I'm doing this voiceover. So I'm just going to spell out Andy's. So like I said, when I saw this paper, I saw Andy's room. So I'm going to go ahead and title this A Big Andy's Room Welcome, because I feel like that's kind of the way it feels. And Toy Story Midway Mania, if you've ever walked through the ride queue, it feels like you are a toy, and there's all kinds of things around you, so you feel like you're in a kid's bedroom. Now, I'm assuming that they want you to feel like you're in Andy's room. That's just my assumption, but there it is. So I also grabbed the Chamel Field Trip Thickers in the blue, and I go ahead and place that down to spell room. So now we have Andy's room, and then I'm going to go into my stash to find yet another type of letter sticker. We're just using all the letter stickers. Now, as I was doing this, I was like, oh, I should have pulled out box of crayons because I still have the thickers from that. But I figured that they would be a little too bright for this layout, and that's funky to even say that because Andy's room is pretty bright on this layout. But I just, in my head it made sense. The box of crayon stickers were just going to be too bright. So I pull out some October afternoon mini market stickers. Yes, I still have some of these. I'm not hoarding them on purpose, I promise. I just still have some. As you can see, I've used a lot of letters. These were the days, people, when mini market letter stickers were around, because you just got a ton of good letters, a ton of them. So now I have a big Andy's Room welcome. And then I'm going to grab my Muji pen and go ahead and get some journaling down here on this tag. It says a definitely family favorite. We love how Mr. Potato Head is a circus barker. Fun fact about Mr. Potato Head, there is someone who operates him. They are kind of like off stage so you don't see. And he kind of communicates with the people around him. So it isn't like canned words. I'm sure that they say the same phrases and things like that over again. I'm sure that they have some sort of script that they have to follow, but it isn't like a recording. It is somebody that actually says the stuff and makes it happen. So that was pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just wrap up that journaling, put the date on it, even though we all know that this was Lana's birthday trip. I'm still going to put the date on it in case, one day I decide to tear apart the album. Lana tears apart the album. Who knows? Maybe, we're just keeping a couple of the layouts. Whatever. Not me, because I don't have a problem with having a lot of albums, but, there is always a possibility. So there we go. That is going to do it for this layout. Thank you so much for joining and watching. Let me know down below if you have made these kind of layouts where you add on a 6x12 kind of bonus page to it. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.